Okay, so what year? We're in Montreal.
So, Ruth and I had come to Montreal. I had just been made a member of the McGill faculty at the School of Social Work, and that itself was a very, very difficult beginning for us. When you know the story of how the dean was away in Europe, and the principal, who was the top dog of the university, I was to see him, and he challenged me on my name.
Right, I've heard that one, but I've never heard the Camp Lakawak. Talk about Camp Lakawak.
So we got established on the south shore of the river, and we had we made arrangements for a house to be built for us in I'm trying to remember what the suburb was called, and this I'm on a train. I can't do this. What's the area?
All right. Well, just tell me the thing about Camp Lakawak. It was established by the Quebec government.
McGill.
Right.
What happened was that McGill had a connection with this camp. I don't remember how that happened, but some of the McGill faculty would be for a month or so at this camp, and it happens that Ruth and I got a cabin there, and the assumption was that I was bilingual, and I was not.
Okay.
And I mean, I knew a little French, and I could maintain a minimum conversation, but not enough to do an intellectual job between French and English Canadians on the issue of bilingualism, which was in fact why the School of Social Work had sent me, and Dr. Moore, who was not exactly a friend of mine, who ran the school, had seen to it that I would be sent there. So we went and we made some of the best friends for the rest of our lives in Quebec. Among other people, I met a man who has remained one of my best friends in Canada, Guy Beaugrand-Champagne, someone from a very historically powerful family in Quebec. And Guy was married to a woman called Rolande. And Guy and Rolande Beaugrand-Champagne became connected with us at the camp, partly because Guy was supposed to be translating for Anglos who didn't know enough French. And so he took me as his assistant, as it were. And there occurred an event at Lakawak, which is this bilingual camp under the auspices of the federal and provincial government. And something happened. There are cabins in the country, and there was a place for men and women's toilets, and they were in the bush. And I discovered that the signs, homme, men, and mesdames, these signs were hidden by the bushes. So when people tried to get to the shore, they would often run into each other on the opposite sides. So I said, this is how Guy and I came to be best friends, because he likes to make trouble, and I loved it. And Guy was asked to give a summation talk at the end, and he was to bring me in to say something in English. So I had a meeting with Guy the night before this summation thing for the whole camp of...
Ladies and gentlemen, next station stop is Finchley Park. Thereafter, this may will call Stevenage.